Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Dr. Delay. Today I'm Dr. Delay. In fact, I'm Dr. Delay every day. I don't know why I'm saying today. Um, Got a good one for you today. The Marlins and the Giants. I know you're probably what the heck? What are you talking about? Good one. Well, the Marlins have actually won the first two games of the series. I cannot believe that just went off there. And then the Giants. Of course, the Giants, they're 44 and 36. They are, kind of struggling here against the Marlins. So we'll see if they're able to get a game. Marlins have won 3 in a row, and they're 6 and 4 in their last 10. The Giants, despite trading for Devers, they seem to be playing, not as great lately. 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 2, of course. They lost the first 2 games here to the Marlins. So we'll see. We'll see what the Giants are made of. Can they get a game from the Marlins? Who knows? I don't know why I clicked that. As we are just a few minutes before first pitch, let's go over the Giants starting pitcher briefly. It's Birdsong. Hayden Birdsong, 23-year-old righty. Played a little bit last year, if you're not too familiar with him. He's played a little bit this year as well. 3-1 as a starter. As his record, I actually don't know what his starting record is. 3.25 ERA, a whip of a 1.33. He's not too bad at all. I mean, the ERA is good. The whip could be a little bit better, but I don't think they care if your ERA is in the threes. I don't really think anyone will care or raise any fuss about it. As Birdsong is warming up now, he's on the field. So is the rest of the Giants. Xavier Edwards is scheduled to lead off for the Marlins whenever that will be, of course, coming up soon. Edwards is batting .288, OPS of .694, no home runs, but he does have 17 RBIs and 14 stolen bases. Last year had 31 stolen bases in 70 games. That is actually, that's pretty good. Just confusing on why he hasn't been sent as much. I mean, he's been caught 6 times already. I guess maybe that's why. I'm not too sure, but we are just a few moments away from first pitch. Marlins, Giants, hopefully it is a good one. Good baseball is always best for everyone involved here. For me, for you listening. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. This Birdsong, again, is still pitching. Marlins winning the first 2 games of the series. So we'll see. We do have a couple of votes. Again, thank you very much for voting, getting involved here. The Giants with both of the votes. So the viewers seem to think that the Giants will be winning today. And again, they should, in theory, win. They are the better team. But, of course, the Marlins have already won the series. They won the first 2, so we'll see. As Xavier Edwards comes to the plate, as mentioned earlier, batting .288, no home runs, 17 RBIs on the year for Xavier Edwards, 694 OPS. As you can see, I am a Pirates fan. If you're wondering what the heck I'm doing, I just call random games. I do call Pirates, but I do sprinkle in some randomness. As here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike as we are underway in San Francisco. 0-1 count. Birdsong delivers. That's going to be check swing foul ball. So 0-2. 0-2 count here. As it looks like Edwards is going to ask for time. Of course, if you are a regular to this channel, you may have seen earlier it was supposed to be Cubs-Cardinals. Had to make a change. Very late change. But, hopefully, again, this one is a good one. 0-2, here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So the count remains in 0-2. Of course, that game is 2-0 Cubs over the Cardinals. We'll go over the other scores a little bit later. 0-2 count. Birdsong delivers. That's going to be chopped foul. 0-2 count. Game just now underway here in the top of the first. Birdsong delivers just low for ball one. One and two count here for Edwards. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Shallow center. Looks like the shortstop is under it and makes the catch for out number one. So one away for the Marlins. And that's going to bring up Sanchez. Well, apparently I can't click on the guy. Jesus Sanchez batting .245, OPS of .724, 7 home runs, and 28 RBIs on the year. As Birdsong delivers, that's going to be popped up foul. So 0-1 count. It's like a young Giants fan got that foul ball as everyone claps for him. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's upstairs for ball one. 1-1 is the count here to Sanchez. Birdsong delivers. That's upstairs for ball two. 2-1. Birdsong asking where it missed there. Though it looked like it was a little bit above the zone if you're looking at the game day point in the direction of it on your screen. That's going to be upstairs ball three. No questioning there. 3-1. Birdsong, really young guy. Just looking at him. That's going to be popped up. And Flores makes the catch for out number two. That one was up there forever. All right, two away here for the Marlins. That's going to bring up Lopez. Otto Lopez, batting .253, OPS of .687, 6 home runs, and 31 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Oh, inside. Did it hit him? Lopez is going to be awarded first base. Hello there. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by, of course. So Lopez was plunked first pitch, and Lopez was kind of looking at Birdsong, and actually, this is very interesting here. The umpires are getting together. I might have to turn up what the commentators are saying. That'd be very interesting. I don't know if there's any history between them. That's a warning. And that's a warning. Oh, the Marlins manager is pretty upset. Both teams got a warning. And now the Marlins manager's been thrown out. Oh my goodness. Honestly, that is pretty tough. Clayton McCullough, the manager's just been ejected. And again, I don't really have anybody I'm pulling for here. I don't really care, but I think that's pretty crazy. Already establishing warnings to each benches. I'm assuming there were some issues yesterday. I didn't get to call the game. I called the Dodgers-Rockies. Wow. This is the one for the 26th. I'm going to assume so. Today is June 26th. This is the 26th game. June 26th. This is the third game of the series. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to be over the left fielder's head. Ramos, he's going to run and throw it to third, and he's going to have to cut it off there. As just like that, you have two runners in scoring position. All this happening with 2 outs. What happened in the last few batters? Well, Lopez was plunked first pitch. The umpires got together, issued warnings to both dugouts. The Marlins manager was like, well, that's not fair. We deserve to plunk them. And, that's pretty crazy. Oh, you're there in person. Oh, that's cool. Well, hello there from, where I am. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the crowd now. I'm not too sure. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You're there. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike one. No more delay. The doc is here, and the Rhino has arrived. Well, hello there, Rhino. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, that's what I'm covering. I'm covering this one now. If you're there in person, you're watching what I'm watching, though you probably have a much better picture because you're, of course, there in person. So that's pretty cool. 0-1 count. That's going to be upstairs, ball one. We'll see if, I don't know. I'm assuming I'm probably about maybe 20 or 30 seconds behind, I'd imagine. I really, and I do watch a little bit of anime, but I really couldn't pronounce that if I tried. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball two. She's in Tequina, Dawson. Did you change your mind today? Yes, I had to change my mind. It was RFK that helped here, and I'll explain as here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit to center field, and that one is just gone. A no-doubter as the Marlins, and you may have seen this if you're there. I'm about 20 minutes behind. Well, that's kind of crazy. I don't think I would be 20 minutes behind, as that one was just a no-doubter. So you may have seen this just a few moments ago as the Marlins are up 3-0 over the Giants. But yeah, no, Rhino. So RFK let me know that you probably know him, Jaguar Gator 9. He was doing Cardinals Cubs. So I was like, okay, well, not that I get much views or viewership anyway, but I would get killed if I was doing the same game as he's doing. That's going to be upstairs, ball one. This is going to be Wagaman. By the way, that was Stowers who hit the home run. Oh, another live stream. I got you. Well, I'm glad. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss, strike one. Wagaman's batting .255, OPS of .675, 5 home runs, 29 RBIs. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be popped up foul. So, yeah, no, this game all because RFK let me know that I was going to get killed in the ratings, and he was just looking out for me. So I do appreciate him. I really do. Of course, he is off to church camp as here's the 1-2. That's going to be a ground ball to third. Throws to first for out number 3. But the Marlins with the 3-run shot by Stowers. As we head to the bottom of the first, can the Giants respond 3-0? So she's in Tequina. So you said you're there at the game. Well, hopefully, again, it looks as beautiful as, the stadium there is just, every time I watch a Giants game, it's beautiful, very beautiful with, the ocean there, the bay, and, oh, man, it's just a very much of a pleasure. A lot of cotton candy. Okay, I bet. What game? That was Cubs-Cardinals. Yeah, no, I had Cubs-Cardinals, and, Jaguar Gator, and I love him. He's a great, I'm sure you know him, and if you don't, well, hey, I encourage you guys to check this guy out. This guy is fantastic. I assumed he wasn't going to do it because you can see he did it yesterday. I'm like, okay, well, I'll get to do Cubs-Cardinals day. That's a pretty good matchup. No, he's doing it back-to-back. So, I mean, he gets like hundreds of dollars every live stream. He's really good. He interacts, and he's awesome. As for me, though, you're watching me. If you do like what you see and you're not subscribed, make sure to like and subscribe for more. I said subscribe there. Subscribe for more content. I do plenty of live streams. I think this is my 61st or 62nd. I can't remember. 63rd, okay, look at that. 63 live streams later, and here I am. Been doing this since opening day. Of course, you see football there on the screen. So hopefully you like what you see, and leave a like and leave a subscribe so I can see you later. Of course, that's going to bring up Yastrzemski. He's batting .251, OPS of .748. The music is loud. Oh, I bet. I'm not much of a loud person. I don't really like loud music myself. 7 home runs, 27 RBIs for Yastrzemski. Jason Junk is the pitcher for the Marlins. Not really familiar with him, but he's definitely not junk. I can tell you that. A 2.6 ERA is very good. 1.01 whip as that first pitch is in there for a called strike. So this might be his first start. It's saying one start on the year. I don't know if that's counting live or not. That's pretty cool. 0-1 count. Junk delivers. That's going to be hit to left. Shallow left. They might have to make this very interesting. Oh, Lopez is there to make the catch for out number 1. Marlins. Yeah, no, he did. Yeah, no. So apparently I'm not too far behind you. You're probably about 10 seconds based on, just thinking here, you typing and me reading. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe 15 or 20, but that's cool. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, Rafael Devers is going to be at the plate. Batting .264, OPS of 875, 16 home runs, 61 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Astros are ahead 1-0. Jumped into Christopher Sanchez. Okay. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball one. Yeah, I did see that the Phillies were down. I was actually watching 2 live streams. One of them was that Astros guy. I don't know if you got to check him out. Ghost Rose. Again, I know you're an Astros fan, so make sure to check him out. And then I was watching play-by-play with JJ. He's a Phillies guy, so they're covering the same game. That's going to be fouled back. 1-2 is the count. To Rafael Devers. I don't know if I clicked on his stats, and I do apologize. I feel like I did. Already that. Just kind of already forgetting here. I think I did, but we'll go over it again. Again, he's batting .264, OPS of 875, 16 home runs, and 61 RBIs. I think I did. I sound like an idiot now. 1-2. You missed the sound of the game, Oregon playing. Yeah, the classic Oregon. Ground ball in between short and third. Devers is going to be on for a base hit. So a 1-out single there for the Giants, as that's going to bring up Ramos. Ramos is batting .288, OPS of 839, 13 home runs, and 44 RBIs. Yes, I got to see it again. I feel like you're probably about 10 or 15 seconds ahead. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, about 1,000 or so miles away. That's going to be upstairs for strike one. Not really a favorable call there for the Giants. Junk sets. And yes, that's his name. I'm not calling him Junk. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to shallow center. On the run is the right fielder who makes the catch. He's throwing back to first, and Devers is back in time. That one was a little bit scary there. Unsure if the Marlins were going to make the catch, and they do. And Devers had to quickly run back to first. So there's 2 away here in the bottom of the first, and that's going to bring up Wilmer Flores. Of course, I know him. Not personally or anything like that, but I just know him. Batting .247, OPS of 716, 11 home runs, 54 RBIs. The reason I remember him is because I remember when the story that he got traded to the Brewers in the middle of the game and he was crying. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to be foul. But hey, I remember that very vividly. It was very emotional. It was all over Sports Center that he was crying, and then turns out, no, the trade did not go through. And here he is with the Giants. RFK. He is not one of my friends in real world. No, he is not. He is going to a youth camp. He friended me on Twitter. So he DM'd me on Twitter and let me know about JG9. Oh, the ball gets away, but I don't think Devers is going to test it. So 1-1 count here. Did you watch Tuesday's game with the White Sox? White Sox. Who are the White Sox playing? Aren't they playing like the Diamondbacks? I did not see the Diamondbacks play. No, I did not. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. White Sox. Oh, yeah, no. I heard about all that nonsense with the heckler. The heckler now is very, very stupid of him. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit foul. Oh, went backwards. Yeah, no, that'll happen, of course. It's pretty hard. One of the hardest things to do in the world is to hit a baseball, especially thrown by a professional. I think we need to put that in there at the end, you know. As here's the 1-2. That's going to be downstairs ball 2. You know, anyone can really hit a baseball, but like talking about, you know, by a professional major league pitcher, then okay, you know, that's where it gets to be a problem. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Looks like the center fielder makes the catch for out number 3. So nothing doing there for the Giants. So we head to the top of the second. Your score, Marlins 3, Giants 0. Again, I do have a poll in the comments. Feel free to vote. Who do you think is going to win today, Giants or Marlins? 3 votes for the Giants, 0 votes for the Marlins. Right now, though, it's actually 3 runs for the Marlins and 0 runs for the Giants. Marte was crying. Yeah, no, again, terrible. Terrible stuff, man. I don't know why in the world that guy would even make, a comment like that, you know. Doubleheader? No, I think I am tired. That's what I think. I think I am tired. I think I am. There's only actually one game happening later anyway, and it's going to be Braves and Mets. And usually when there's only one game nationally, it's usually just, a lot of streamers are going to be doing anyway, so I don't think I'd have much success. So, but yeah, again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button, like and subscribe for more baseball content. Been doing this since opening day. Of course, the Giants are actually featured on here quite a bit, as this is now this is my 9th game doing the Giants. Now, as far as the Marlins, this is my 4th game doing Marlins. Of course, they were actually this is my first non-Pirates Marlins game. So, again, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. Like and subscribe. Of course, there's football coming up, as you can see on your screen. I am ready for football. So, hopefully, if you are as well, there you go. Like and subscribe for some more football, sports content, really. I don't know about sports. I shouldn't say sports because some people like to promote other sports that I do not watch. Let's see here. Can you send his wine to the channel? Wine. What? I have no idea what you're referring to, Brandon. I'm sorry. Lots of Mets and Braves streamers. Yeah, I know there's one of them. That I think that's the Adrenaline Sports. That's going to be found back here. This is Norby, Connor Norby here. He is batting .248, OPS of .661, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing there. Did not go. Ball 1. Mr. Brightside, Don't Stop Believin' Bar Song. I don't think I've ever listened to I've never heard a Bar Song. That's going to be low ball 2, 1,000 miles. You're saying which one would I prefer? Probably either Mr. Brightside or 1,000 miles. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be outside ball 3. I don't know. It's a close one. I think Mr. Brightside is overrated, to be honest with you. I think everyone just loves it so much, and honestly, it's not that great. I mean, it's good, but I think it's just a little bit overrated, as that was a check swing that failed. 3-2. Probably going to get a lot of hate and comments for that one. I know. Again, everyone loves, Mr. Brightside. But it's all right, I guess. As here's the 3-2. Checked his swing, but couldn't hold up. He struck him out. So that is Birdsong's first strikeout, and it comes in the form of Norby. This is going to bring up Dane Myers. He's batting .303, OPS of .789, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. They're all songs. Well, I figured that much. You put 3 songs that I'd recognize, so I assumed Bar Song. I'd have to listen to it. Actually, this is the second time I've heard of Bar Song in the last few days, so I guess I'd have to check it out. I'm not too sure. We'll see. 1-0 count here to Myers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. Ramos doesn't seem like he found it, but it looks like Adames makes the catch for out number 2 and shallow left. He had to go out there quite a bit. That's going to bring up Fortes, the catcher. batting .242, OPS of .659, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Can you send his videos? Oh, I see what you're saying. You know, tell you what, I'll get his link in here. So that's going to be Inside Ball 1. Let me go ahead and bear with me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and again, this guy seems like a pretty nice guy. And if you pop in over there, let him know that I sent you. I think he'd appreciate that, as that's going to be fouled back. Just helps me out, you know. I'm trying to. How would I guess I can copy here. All right, let's go back here and then. So, yeah, this is that Astros YouTuber. I know that would help you out, Brandon. There you go. 1-1 count. Ground ball past the second baseman. And it looks like Fortes is going to get on here with 2 outs in the top of the second. Of course, that's how the Marlins did it in the first inning. If you recall, they got a lot of hits, or, you know, a walk, of course, and that's where that, you know, ejection came from. Ramirez hit, or he got a double, and then Stowers with the bases clearing 3-run home run. So we're back at the top of the order. Edwards is at the plate batting .282, OPS of .692, no homers and 17 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Oh, and it gets off the catcher's glove, and it looks like he's going to advance to second. Fortes taking advantage here. Xavier Edwards, yes, he is at the plate. Barsong, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'd have to look at it. 1-0 count. Birdsong looking back at second, and he delivers. Popped up. Looks like that's going to go out of play. So 1-1 is the count here. Again, feel free to vote. We got a poll down here. Who do you think's going to win, Giants or Marlins? Right now, the Giants currently winning in the polls, but not necessarily in the game. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to left, right at Ramos, who makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the second. Marlins up 3-0. And once again, if you are a fan of sports, then definitely hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate it. Been doing this since opening day. I don't know why I can't click on that. Jeez, But yeah, no, it really helps me out. I really do thank you very much for choosing me as the voice of this game. I know you have other options. Hopefully I do a good enough job to where you will stay and like it, of course, and subscribe. Other scores from around the Major League Baseball. I don't know why I said from around Major League Baseball. Rays up 4-0 over the Royals in the bottom of the 8th. Astros up 1-0 over the Phillies in the top of the 8th. As they head to the bottom of the 7th, the Cubs up 2-0 over the Cardinals. 1-1 is your score. Dodgers and Rockies. Rockies hanging in there. Let's see here. The Tigers defeated the A's 8-0, and the Blue Jays defeat the Indians 6-0. Oh, let's see. Tate, and I'm not too sure. I'm sorry. She's in Taquina. I'm not too familiar with who the 75th birthday, but whoever it is, happy birthday or happy retirement. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome, Brandon. Again, yeah, feel free to let them know that I sent him or sent you. Maybe I'll get some love back. Maybe I don't. It is what it is. Got to be nice, of course. And he seems like a pretty reasonable guy, really. Ghost Rose, very down to earth. I appreciate that. I respect that. He actually lives in Japan, apparently. That's pretty cool. All right, Jung-Ho Lee. Of course, he is a fan favorite there in San Francisco. He's batting .252, OPS of .730, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs. But I do have to let you know he's struggled as of late, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. Only batting .091 in his last 7 games. So he's been struggling at the plate as of late. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Lee fouls this one down the right field line. He is. Yeah, no, he's struggled as late. Started off the year really well. I mean, He was fantastic. Everyone shouted his name. Yeah, no, everyone loves him there in San Francisco. 0-2, that's going to be high for ball one. And I don't live in California by any means, but I just can tell every time I watch a Giants game in San Francisco, he is definitely getting a lot of support. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be fouled back. 1-2 count here to Lee. Junk sets and fires. That's going to be hit foul yet again. And it looks like that actually almost hit some Giants in the dugout. They had to duck out of the way. One and two. Junk sets and fires. Ground ball to first. Oh, nice pick there by the first baseman as he walks on the bag for out number one. That's going to bring up Willy Adames. Willy Adames batting .207 OPS of .637, 9 home runs and 34 RBIs. Almost, yeah, just unfortunate. It was a really good play by the first baseman there. It's a nice pick as Adames is at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside ball one. 1-0 count to Adames. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Marlins already up 3-0. So here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Oh, man, he lost his balance there. One count to Willy Adames. Giants just, unfortunately, have been struggling as of late. Here is the 1-1. That's upstairs, ball two. Two and one. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So Adames gets on. That's going to bring up Christian. I think it's Christian Koss. Yeah, Christian Koss. Batting .215, OPS of .550, 2 home runs and 12 RBIs. The base level at the park is insane. Oh, I bet. I've been to a few baseball games, and for the most part, it's always a good atmosphere, for the most part. The only one I didn't really like was actually the Minute Maid Park in Houston. I didn't really care for that. As here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Yeah, just not really a fan of, I guess, the indoor or whatnot, but I like the Texas Rangers old stadium. I liked Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Not really a fan of Minute Maid. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third. Oh, it's off his glove. Throws to first, and he is out by half a step. Oh, man, that was close. The Giants manager is going to check on it. No, he is out. That was a really good effort there by Koss, but an even better effort by the third baseman who did, he did like fail at it. He tried to, kind of fillet it there. He went off his glove, ran over, picked it up, and threw it, and gets him by like maybe just a half a step. All right, that's going to bring up Wisely, who wisely takes that one. I'm just kidding. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Would have been nice if that was a ball. Brent Wisely batting, well, he doesn't have a hit yet. He has 10 at-bats on the year. Looking for his first hit of the season. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be chopped to foul. Songs. Yes, a lot of songs, I imagine. 0-2 count. Is that what you were trying to say there, I guess? I'm not too sure. 0-2. Junk sets and fires. That's in the dirt for ball one. Again, the Marlins up 3-0 over the Giants. Again, I do have a poll. Feel free to vote. It's Giants currently winning in the polls, not necessarily in the game. 3-0 in the polls, 3-0 in the game, as that's going to be fouled back. 1-2 count. Went way behind. Yep, the ball has been put down. 1-2 count. Junk delivers. That's going to be hit foul yet again. It finds a new owner. Yeah, no, that's a good way of putting it. 1-2. There is a young man with the Giants. The Giants family here celebrating the ball. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to center. Myers is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So we head to the top of the third where the Marlins are leading 3-0. Once again, folks, if you like what you see, that is actually not me. Let me go ahead and go to me. I was promoting another channel. If you like what you see, folks, hit that subscribe. I apparently got a subscriber, so again, thank you very much. That is very kind of you. Been doing this, of course, since opening day. 63 games later, this is my 63rd game of the year. And, of course, if you are a football fan, I'm just telling you, I love it too, and I will be doing plenty of football. And how it's going to work is, well, I'm going to do every Steelers game. I love the Steelers, but that's not the end of the afternoon. If you watch any football, you know that there's 3 windows of football. There's the opening window, there's the afternoon window, and there's Sunday Night Football. You guys will be voting on the afternoon window. So, you know, San Francisco, if you're a 49ers fan, there you go. The Niners, you know, play in that afternoon window a lot. So you'll be able to vote on that Niners game or whatever game you want me to cover. So that's pretty much how it's going to work. After my Steelers game, I'm going to do the game, can't speak here, that you guys vote for. Same thing with college football. You guys will be voting on that. For example, week 0, I'll be doing Iowa State, Kansas State, but I'm also doing whatever wins the vote. Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, Hawaii. I don't know what I'm calling. You guys make those decisions for me. I'm kind of using you guys in a way, but, you know, in a sense, you guys also pick what I'm calling. So it helps. I think it's best for both parties. Of course, in theory, on Saturdays, you guys know, of course, Pac-12. You know, Pac-12 obviously doesn't really it exists, but it doesn't. But in theory, I could be going from big noon kickoff all the way to Pac-12 at night. And if the voice allows it, I will do 4 games a day, but at minimum 2. There will not be a single Saturday where I go beneath 2. So if that sounds good to you, definitely hit that subscribe button. And again, thank you very much for your support. Oh, you're doing the songs. I got you. You made a mistake purchasing the cotton candy. Oh, yeah, I bet. That's going to be upstairs ball 1. Yeah, my wife, whenever, she just loves to get every little thing. This is Jesus Sanchez, batting .244, OPS of 720, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Yeah, there's so many good options. You know, it's hard to pick. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball just missed. And I mean just. Ball 2. Could have went either way. 50-50. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 is the count. Birdsong delivers the 2-2. Checked his swing. Upstairs, ball 3. My gosh, my voice. Not a good voice today. I did 2 games yesterday, so we're going to hope we can make it. Here's the 3-2. Upstairs, ball 4. So Sanchez walks. And yes, Otto Lopez is indeed coming to the plate. He's batting .253, OPS of 689, 6 home runs, and 31 RBIs on the year. Again, runner on first. And they're actually, again, showing on the broadcast what happened earlier. The Marlins manager was ejected because Birdsong had hit Lopez. Here's the pitch. That's swing and a miss, strike 1. And, of course, what happened was the umpires got together and issued warnings to both dugouts, and the Marlins manager was like, well, that's not fair. We didn't get to retaliate, and he was gone. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be fouled off the catcher. So 0-2 count. So I had to readjust there. 0-2 count to Lopez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up in the infield. Flores makes the catch for out number 1. So one away here for the Marlins, and that's going to bring up Agustin Ramirez. He's batting .242, OPS of .741, 11 home runs, and 27 RBIs on the year. Agustin Ramirez coming on. Yes, he is. That's going to be chopped back. Foul. 0-1 count. Birdsong sets. Looks over at first and fires. That's taken for a called strike. 0-2 is the count here to Ramirez. Birdsong sets, looks over, and fires. That's going to be hit to left. And Ramirez is pimping that one. That one is gone. Another no-doubter as the Marlins have taken a 5-0 lead over the Giants. And I can't believe it personally. As, again, the Marlins have won the first 2 games of this series. And looking like they may get the sweep out here in San Francisco. Of course, it is early, but that is just shocking. As that's going to bring up Stowers. He had the home run earlier. Yep, number 28, Stowers. Kyle Stowers. Batting .277, OPS of .835, 12 home runs, and 38 RBIs. That's going to be a ball there, ball 1. Dumping sunflower seeds. I guess that's a celebration. That's a big swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1 count here for Stowers. As Stowers is going to ask for time. Again, 5-0. You are not reading that incorrectly. The Marlins have just jumped all over the Giants. Here is the 1-1. That's upstairs, ball 2. Of course, all this really started again with that hit batter. Lopez getting hit in the first inning. Lopez didn't like it. And the Marlins, I guess, took that personally. Here's the 2-1. That's upstairs, ball 3. Birdsong has just been hit on. 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 4. Stowers walks. That's going to bring up Wagaman. And it looks like there's going to be a little mound visit here. As again, Birdsong has been clearly rattled. Wagaman, again, batting .254, OPS of .673, 5 home runs and 29 RBIs. 33, 154, and 4. Well, thank you very much. Yes, Wagaman at the plate. A little bit of a malvisit. Again, Birdsong has been struggling. I don't know what's really going on here. I mean, his stats aren't too bad, or at least his ERA wasn't. It was in the 3s. I don't know if it is anymore. Again, he's been getting hit on here. Oh, it's still in the 3s, hanging in there, 3.93. But, I mean, again, all this started whenever he plunked Lopez, and they deemed it intentional. Again, that's where the umpires warned both dugouts. And again, the Marlins manager took issue with that and was ejected. And of course, the Marlins haven't looked back since. Here's the pitch to Wagaman. That's going to be low for ball 1. Wagaman is 0 for 1 on the day. 1-0 count. Wagaman delivers. That's going to be low for ball 2. Cloud of cotton candy. Oh my goodness. I don't even. Well, try to resist the temptation is all I can offer there. That's my advice. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be hit to left. Ramos makes the catch for out number 2. And yes, after all that, it's only the second out as Stowers retreats back to first. And that's going to bring up Norby. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He's batting again, 246, OPS of 659, 4 home runs and 22 RBIs. Too late. Oh, well, you had to do what you had to do, I guess. That's $10. Oh, man. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. That is tough. But, hey, you know, it's all for the experience. Hopefully, again, you're enjoying the experience. I mean, I know I've only been to a few games, but I've enjoyed pretty much every baseball game I've been to. Again, the Minute Maid one's okay. I would go back, but it's not my favorite ballpark. That's going to be hit to center. Lee makes the catch on the run for out number 3. But the Marlins put up 2 as they lead 5-0. Again, folks, if you like what you see or hear, for that matter, definitely hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber helps. It really does. And again, I do appreciate it a lot. Been doing this since opening day. Sorry, I'm just kind of working the stream here. So no, I really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, been doing this since opening day. Kind of bounce around. Major League Baseball. I am a Pirates fan, as you can probably see. If you look closely, you'll see the Pirates jersey. But that's not the only team I do, of course. If you're looking at the screen, you'll see I'm scrolling at the games that I've done. Of course, you know, I do make the thumbnails now. Again, you know, I changed that much better. But yeah, no, hopefully you like the sound of this. And you'll also join me for football season. Football not too far away. I'm doing the Hall of Fame game. I mean, I'm such a big football fan. I love football. I'm even doing preseason games. Of course, again, don't be afraid if you're like a baseball-only fan. I'm not going away by any means. I will still be here for baseball. But yeah, no, hopefully you like what you see or hear. And I'll see you, of course, you know, in another stream, another football game, another baseball game. I don't know. And, of course, again, you guys will be voting for games I do for football season, so don't think it's just a Steelers channel when it comes to football. I'll be doing plenty of other games. You guys will have a lot of say in what I do for both college and in the NFL. There's a jackpot for 10 grand. Oof. Well, you know, it's very unlikely you'd win, but I guess you never know. Again, it depends on, like, how much it would be to enter personally, you know? That's a tough one. I mean, if it's for like a few bucks, it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, if it's anything like $10, I'm like, okay, you can have it. Just spent $10 in cotton candy. I've donated a lot to the ballpark today. This is Andrew Kisner. That's going to be taken for a called strike. He's batting, well, .083 OPS of 328. Hasn't really played much this year. He does have a home run and an RBI. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So very quickly 0-2. Well, I definitely wouldn't put 200 down. I would not put 200 down. But again, that's just me. You know, you feel free to do what you got to do. Whatever you feel like you need to do. Here's the 0-2. He poked at it. That's going to be a foul ball. Looks like Kisner's going to ask for time. Again, that is not a typo. Marlins up 5-0 here in the bottom of the third. The Giants just cannot keep up with this offense. Birdsong has been just getting hit on and hit on and hit on. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. The Marlins pitcher, his last name is Junk. He has looked pretty good. Pretty good stuff. 0-2. Junk sets and fires. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. 1-2 count. Junk delivers, poked at, and fouled back. He reached for that one. That one was in the other, other batter's box. So he's definitely protecting. And I can definitely see why he's batting .083. Junk sets and fires. He pokes at it to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Again, he reached for the other batter's box, and here I am talking not really trash on him, but just saying that's why he was batting .083. But here he is now batting .120 after that hit. So a very nice leadoff single for Kisner, as that's going to bring up Yastrzemski. He's batting .250, OPS of 746. Let's see, 7 home runs and 27 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 1. Yastrzemski, actually, I think you did a good job there. Yes. No, I think that was good. No, you did good. Good job. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be taken right down the middle for a strike. 1-1 count here to Yastrzemski. He's been with the Giants his whole career. Don't know why I felt like I had to say that, but I did. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be inside ball 2. Giants, again, they find themselves down 5-0, but, well, of course, that leadoff single by Kisner might be what they need here. 2-1. Junk looking back at second despite no base runner being there. Here's the pitch. That's going to be downstairs ball 3. Get a pack of 30 Ritz. Oh, geez. Well, you enjoy. Hopefully they're not all crushed up. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be outside strike 2. Yastrzemski didn't like that. Neither did the Giants manager. Make noise. Yeah, no, they are. Okay, look at that. I'm talking about Yastrzemski being with him the whole career. Look, they're putting up the longest tenured Giants. Yastrzemski's the longest. Then it's Logan Webb. Then Tyler Rogers. Look at that. I just kind of sending messages here to the NBC network out there in San Francisco. That's going to be chopped foul as Yastrzemski is staying alive. 3-2 count. Junk sets and fires. That's going to be hit foul. Ball went to the crowd. Yes, it did. Looks like it was caught by an older gentleman. So showing him on the broadcast there. High-fiving everybody. 3-2. Here's the pitch. Oh! Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And Yastrzemski, oh, he is not happy. That one didn't look like it. That looked like it was in the strike zone. So I don't know what Yastrzemski was pretty upset about. He may have been upset with an earlier call, but yeah, no, that one was, you got to protect there. That's going to bring up Rafael Devers. He's 1 for 1 today, batting .266, OPS of 879, 16 home runs, 61 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Yeah, everyone was booing. They definitely didn't like the call there, even though it was actually not a bad call. I'm assuming Yastrzemski took issue with an earlier call. So that's going to be low for ball 2.
Top of the 9th, Astros broke.
I'll have to look at that. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be taken for a called strike. Let's see what's happening with the Astros Phillies. Astros up 2-1 over the Phillies. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 2-2 count. Junk sets. And delivers. That's going to be hit foul. Is that one? I don't know where the ball went. I don't think anyone else did. They're trying to find it. Everyone's just looking around for the ball in the stands over there. No one has any idea where it went. I assure you, it didn't just vanish. 2-2. Junk sets and fires. That's going to be chopped foul. Just foul. We will rock. Yeah, I hear it in the background. Oh, there's a elderly ball lady. There you go. Giants, of course, have the... Anyway, here's the 2-2. Devers hits this to center. And that one is out of here. Another home run on the day. This time the Giants get one as Devers gets a 2-run shot here in the bottom of the third. They now trail 5-2. 700th Major League RBI. Really, that's a nice little fun fact there. I'm sure they placed that on the scoreboard for you. Let's see if I can find it there. 699. Well, yeah, he would have had that one. He's now at 701. Look at that. Very nice. So Devers gets the Giants on the board. And that's going to bring up Helio Ramos batting .287, OPS of .836, 13 home runs, and 44 RBIs. And he's 0 for 1. That's going to be hit to shallow center, right center field. And Myers with the catch for out number 2. So one pitch, one out there for Ramos. That's going to bring up Wilmer Flores. He's batting .246, OPS of .713, 11 home runs, and 54 RBIs. Junk sets. And he fires. That's going to be in there for a called strike. There's a dragonfly. Oh, that's tough. I don't think they're bad, are they? I can't remember. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing, but it didn't matter. That's in the strike zone there, strike 2. It's been a while since I've actually seen a dragonfly. Oh and 2. Here's the pitch. Up the middle. Oh, the pitcher blocked it with his glove, knocked it down, throws to first, gets him. Oh, that was a heck of a play by Junk there. You guys may need to look that one up at the end of the game. But the Giants get 2 back here thanks to Rafael Devers as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Your score, Marlins 5, Giants 2. Again, here's your scoreboard update here. Marlins up by a field goal. Yes, no, the Dolphins are somehow up 5-2 over the Niners. Kind of an interesting score here. I guess a safety and a field goal. But yeah, no, the Astros up 2-1 over the Phillies. Cubs up 3-0 over the Cardinals. Dodgers up 2-1 over the Rockies. Let's see, final scores here. Tigers over the A's 8-0. Blue Jays 6-0 over the Indians, and the Rays winning 4-0 over the Royals. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Been doing baseball games since opening day. It's been a long time. This is my 63rd game of the year. Here I am highlighting it with the mouse. Of course, you might see some NFL play-by-play. We'll be doing that soon, as well as college. I am ready to go. If you're a football fan, this is a great channel for you. If you're also a football fan, check out Rising Rhino. He also, he might actually love football more than me, which I find it crazy to believe that there's someone that is out there. But he does Canadian Football League and Europe Football League. I'm sure he probably does more leagues that I just haven't been able to look at. But, yeah, again, if you are a sports fan, definitely check us out, Rising Rhino, of course, and then, of course, me as well, Dr. Delay, as, again, bouncing around baseball, Major League Baseball, mostly Pirates, but I do work in a lot of Giants games, so if you are a Giants fan, you are featured on the channel quite a bit, as this is the 9th game of the year. That is actually tied for the second most featured team on this channel. So, yeah, hopefully that sounds good to you, and you hit that subscribe button, as we're returning to San Francisco, as Myers takes a pitch, strike one. Dane Myers, I think it's Dane, yeah, Dane, batting .301 OPS of 784, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit foul.
R5H4E0, R2H4E0. I'm not familiar what that means, but I got you. All right, ground ball up the middle. Shortstop throws to first for out number 1. So that's going to bring up Fortes. He's batting, 250 OPS of 673. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Astros got the round 2. The one and Ferries got swept on. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, so they won. Wow, okay. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to third. Oh, what a play. Throws to first for out number 2. That was a heck of a play by the third baseman, Koss. Koss with a nice play there. Let me look. Oh, yeah, you guys did you really sweep the Phillies? Wow. That's a pretty good performance there. All right, that's going to bring up Xavier Edwards. He's 0 for 2, batting .286, OPS of 689. Whoop, whoop, indeed. Edwards now digging in again. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. Well, he attempted to bunt, but then he pulled back. That's going to be ball 1. That ball was way out of the zone. Birdsong at 63 pitches. Again, he's just not really been that great today. He's really struggled in the middle part of the order. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. You're the only one watching live at the game. Probably. Here's the 2-0. Bunt attempt down the third base line. That's going to go foul. Yeah, I don't know if there'd be anyone else in the chat that is actually at the game. I know Brandon here. Brandon is an Astros fan. Rising Rhino. I don't think he made the trip out to California to catch this game. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he did. Yeah, no, I think you might be the only one here. 2-1, that's going to be in there for a call strike. You actually were probably the first person to actually check in to one of my streams when they're reporting if they're actually at the game. So, again, this is really cool. So, again, thank you for checking me out. You didn't really have to, of course. You joined the game, as that's going to be popped up. Left center field. Lee makes the catch for out number 3. So, nothing doing there for the Marlins as we head to the bottom of the 4th with a score. Marlins 5. Giants 2. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really do appreciate you. Again, been doing this since opening day. 63rd game of the year. That is this one. Of course, last few weeks, let's see here. Let's see, what's this? 6, 10, 14, 18 live streams in the last 2 weeks. So hopefully that sounds good to you guys. Just averaging over 1 a day, which, you know, for the most part it is 1, but there are a few times when I get 2 in. Yesterday was actually one of those days, doing the, I was going to say Steelers, Pirates, Brewers, and Dodgers and Rockies. Had some success in both. Again, thank you very much for stopping by there as well. I mean, if you stopped by there, of course. Again, if you are new to the channel, definitely like and subscribe for more baseball content. Luckily, if you're a Giants fan, I already feature you enough because there are a lot of Giants fans that have already subscribed, so you don't have to do the work. If you're a Marlins fan watching, how to get more viewed on the channel. 1, play the Pirates, which you already have. But 2, you just pretty much got to communicate with me. Let me know who you're a fan of course, and then we'll just have, of course, just chill conversations, and then I'll get you guys in a little bit more. But as of now, I don't really think so. I don't really know if I have a Marlins fan that's subscribed. So again, you guys have just happened to be there because of the Pirates. This is your first one, and it's because of the Giants. So if you are a Marlins fan and want more Marlins, you got to just let me know. Again, just chat away in future streams. All right, here is Jung Ho Lee's 0 for 1 batting, 251, OPS of 727. Anthony, thank you for stopping by. And let's see here. Pirates got out-pitched. Yeah, no, Skeens just really had one bad inning. He allowed 4 runs in that one inning, and that was really it. Just couldn't get any offense going, which really isn't anything new, to be honest with you. So unfortunate. But again, thank you for the comment, Anthony. And again, hopefully, if you aren't subscribed, hopefully I earned that today. If not, well, hey, maybe in a future live stream if I see you again. But now would be cool too. Mr. Lee is back. Who do you mean? Like they had a new if you're talking about the Brewers had Mizorowski. He's a young little pitcher. Well, he's not little, as that's going to be taken for a called strike there, Lee. This guy is like 6'7", 199. I can actually click on it for you if you're looking. I'll get that information for you. 0-1 count here to Lee. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. Yeah, Mizorowski here, 6'7", 197. He is a young man, but he is tall and definitely not little. Here's his stats there. That's going to be fouled off Lee's foot. Yeah, so far, Mizorowski's 3-0 in his young career, 1.13 ERA, a whip of a .63. I mean, that is... The Brewers may have themselves their own version of Paul Skeens. I mean, he was a flamethrower, too. 1-2 count. The cloud of cotton candy is back. Okay. You do my channel? Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a sub for the sub. Yeah, no. Hey, heck yeah, I will. Let's see here. I got to go ahead and hide, though. I don't want to. 2-2 count. You're at 1.94K. Here, I'll go ahead and show you that I am subscribed. As that's going to be... Oh, past the center fielder. He's running to third. Lee is standing at third. Okay, I didn't mean to do that. I don't remember what... Yeah, I usually don't click on. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that sub there for you. Of course, thank you. It's a pretty good deal on my part. But, hey, Lee is on at third. Again, I do apologize. So it looks like he hits it to right. The right fielder misjudged it. He was diving for it, kind of leaning forward, and wasn't able to make the catch. And, of course, Lee, he's fast, and he was able to get to third. And Adames hits this to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Lee is jogging in to score, as it's now 5-3. The Giants are on fire. Almost made a home run. Yeah, no, it was close. Shorts and vids, I got you. Yeah, I'll have to check out your channel after the stream. I'll see what... Should be on there. I just subbed. I just subbed you. What the heck? Here's the pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss to Koss. Maybe I have to update that. I don't think I refreshed. Yeah. I don't know. I subbed already. I'll have to look at it. To look at why in the world it's not. Maybe I have to refresh it. There you are. That's going to be fouled back. 0-2 count here to Koss. Again, thank you very much, Anthony. Again, every subscriber helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate you. I really do. 0-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 count. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. The Giants already scored 1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. I just hit the mic. Sorry, guys. I know he's running to third. And Koss is at second. So we have runners on second and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. Yeah, made second. Well, I mean, I'll at least check out at least one video. I can do that. Yeah, no, again, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Every sub helps. It really does. Like, you have no idea. All right, this is going to bring up Wisely. He's looking for his first hit of the year. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And looks like we have a little bit of a mound visit here. So a little bit of a meeting of the minds for the Marlins. Again, runners on second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. You're surrounded by cotton candy. It sounds like temptation is all around you. One of your shorts did over 1.5. Oh wow, look at that. That's very good. I don't really do. I need to do shorts. I just don't really have. I don't know. I just don't have the time to like edit or do anything like that. Again, Wisely stepping to the plate. Runners on second and third. The Giants catching life here in the middle innings. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Yeah, runners are on second and third. I know that little thing on the bottom there's going to say first and third. I don't know why it does that, but it does. 0-1 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. And that is off the wall. One run's going to score. Koss is going to score. And Wisely gets his first hit of the year, and it comes in the form of a 2 RBI double. As they have tied the game here in the bottom of the fourth, 5-5. And that's going to bring up Kisner. He's 1 for 1 himself. Off the fence help. Someone drink spill. Oh, that's got to be terrible. I'd hate that. Actually, someone, when I was at a game as well, someone spilt some soda on me. I'm like, bruh. There's no way he did that. He's like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. Dude, my bad. I'm like, all right, it's all good. You've apologized way too many times. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. And the Giants just catching life. They scored 2 runs last inning, 3 runs here in the fourth. But, of course, again, the Marlins have looked really good off Birdsong as well, so I don't know what's going to happen here in the fifth. But we're still in the fourth. Here's the 0-1. Scoring to bunt. Back to the pitcher. He's going to toss to first for out number 1. Yes, it is a tie game. Very nice. Refill your water bottle. Be right back. All right, I'll see you soon. Again, thank you for stopping by. All right, this is going to bring up Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 2, batting .249, OPS of .742. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to shallow center, left center. Makes the catch. Stowers makes the play. He throws it home, and that's a really good throw to prevent the runner from scoring. Wasn't really that deep, but Stowers with a nice throw to keep it tied. That's going to bring up Devers. He's 2 for 2. Hello there. How's it going? Batting .269. OPS of .892. And, of course, he's homered earlier in this one. Looks like Junk, though, is having a little bit of a mound visit with the catcher. If you do more Giants. Yeah, no, for sure. Try to get the... Oh, North Cal. Okay, gotcha. Well, I mean, I have a lot of Giant subscribers. That's why the Giants are featured a lot. Pretty much how it works. You know, I'm a Pirates fan. Okay, we have another mound visit here. The Marlins are actually going to make a pitching change. So that looks like that little conference there didn't really matter. So the bench coach, the acting manager of the Marlins, pitching change in effect. The Marlins starter is gone. Junk is Junk. He turned to Junk. He looked really good the first 2 innings. But Junk couldn't last long as he doesn't make it to the 5th. But yeah, no, how it works again, like I'm a Pirates fan, so I'm going to prioritize Pirates, and of course I have a lot of Pirates subscribers, but I have bounced around Major League Baseball, and that's led me, of course, to other subscribers and stuff like that, and the NL West seemingly has been very kind to me, so I've done a lot of NL West specifically. Of course, there's other games too that aren't NL West and stuff like that. You know, you'll see them on the screen, stuff like that. But you know, like Reds, Cardinals, stuff like that. But yeah, you know, it's actually been really cool, and you know, I'll probably do more Giants games. Giants may be taking outright second place. We'll see. You know, I do, of course, have a lot of Padres fans, again, some Dodgers fans. You know, a lot of fans of a lot of different teams. But the most vocal I found are the NL West. Polymac particles we have. I'm not too sure if I follow there. Pirates owner, yeah, Pirates owner is junk. He is. Yeah, no, again, like I totally agree. Pirates, our owner is terrible. I didn't realize I kept it on there. No Dodgers. Oof. I don't know. I can't make that promise. They get me numbers, and they get me some subscribers. So, you know, I got to build the channel up, and then, you know, after that, you know, we'll see what we do. Whatever's best for business. But also doing stuff for me, of course. Coffee, yes. Coffee has arrived. We are doing okay here. Again, we have a pitching change. Josh Simpson. No relation to the Simpsons. Replacing Junk, who wasn't really junk at all until the last few innings. 9.82 ERA, whip of 1.36. As he faces Devers, that's going to be outside ball one. Devers is 2 for 2, and he hit a home run earlier, batting .269, OPS of 892. No, yeah, I know. You're good, man. You're good. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball two, really just kind of filling the dead air. So I, you know, got to respond to most things, you know. Unless, of course, you know, I won't respond to like other things, of course. But anyway, here's the 2-0 count. 2-0 here to Devers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. I got you. 2-1. Runner on third. Again, the Giants having a great inning, and they still have a runner on third, so an opportunity here to take the lead outright. 2-1. Here's the pitch. That's way outside, ball 3. So 3-1 count. Three and 1. Devers called for time there. That's why there's a little bit of a delay. Simpson sets. And delivers. Oh! Almost hit him. I don't think it did. But the Giants fans are not happy about that, as well, Devers does go to first because that was ball 4. But that's going to bring up Ramos. He's batting .286, OPS of 834. $13 home runs and 44 RBIs for Ramos this year. He had pretty much been the only consistent Giant. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Devers, of course, looking to be the other guy. Though he hasn't really, since coming from the Red Sox, he hasn't been that great. But a great day today, and I'm sure he's been okay in the series, to be honest with you. I know initially he had some struggles. Batting .240. Okay, so his OPS with the Giants now is 800. That's pretty good. So he's getting back into shape. Yeah, he's good now. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's inside. Ball 2. Steeler fan. Oh, man. Yes, I am. I love the Steelers. Big Steeler fan. I understand we're not that great now, so 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. 2-1. Aaron Rodgers Hey, I've warmed it up to Aaron. I believe in Aaron now. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll definitely feel a lot better about it now than I did maybe a few months ago when all this talk started. But I'm feeling good. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. I know perception there. Are you a Packers fan? You're Green Bay Packers. Okay. I have a lot of respect for the Packers. They're a classy organization. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there. Strike 3 called. Couldn't quite bring home the run. But the Giants do good as they bring across 3 to make it a 5-5 game as we head to the top of the 5th. And here are your scores from around Major League Baseball. Only a few games going on right now. Cubs up 3-0 over the Cardinals in the bottom of the 9th. Cardinals with 2 men on with 2 outs, though. Dodgers up 3-1 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 7th. And, of course, that's it. No, nothing else doing. Tigers defeat the A's 8-0. Blue Jays over the Indians 6-0. Rays over the Royals 4-0. And the Astros defeating the Phillies 2-1. Basketball, I don't really care for the NBA anymore. I did cover some college basketball prior to MLB opening day, and that was really fun. So I'm actually going to do that again. That's how I kind of got my start into it. But yeah, no, I enjoyed college basketball. That was fun. But NBA, I'll keep up with it. I'll check the NBA standings like every now and then. I'm like, okay, that happened. Okay, cool. I'd be a Sixers fan if I'm considered a Sixers fan, but I don't really care about it anymore. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. 63rd game of the season here. If you're a Giants fan, you've now been featured in 9 games. If you're a Marlins fan, this is your 4th game featured. The Giants actually not too great when I cover you. I guess I forgot to say that. They're 3-5 when I cover the Giants. Marlins are 2-1. Believe it or not. Or, no, wait. They got to be 2-2 at this point. Because I forgot. I don't think I wrote that down. I might need to redo all this because, yeah, no. You guys are 2-2. The Marlins, so this is the 5th game of the season for the Marlins. Look at you guys go. Congratulations there. But, yeah, hopefully you like what you see. If you're a sports fan, this is a good channel for you. We'll be doing a lot of sports in the future. Well, now and in the future. As that's going to bring up Sanchez. He's 0 for 1, batting .244. OPS of 723 is also walked, as that's going to be outside ball 1. Jordan era. Oh, I wasn't really alive then, but yeah. I kind of liked it in the 2000s. As here's the 1-0. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. And I liked it in the early 2010s even. I would say early 2010s, but yeah, I don't really watch it anymore. Yeah, the Sixers, I know we're terrible. That's going to be upstairs ball 3. So I was raised, I was born in Pennsylvania, so that explains why I like the Pennsylvania teams. Live in Texas, though. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 4. So Birdsong there struggling to even get the ball over the plate, and it looks like Melvin's going to have a little chat with one of the dugout coaches. And that's going to bring up Lopez. He's 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch earlier. Batting .252, OPS of 683. Allen Iverson. Yeah, no, I guess I look old. That's not good. Some people say I look really young for my age. Some people say I'm like, what? You look like you've aged poorly. Of course, it's definitely the weight gain, unfortunately. 1-0 count here to Lopez. Yeah, I used to be skinny back in the day. Birdsong sets and fires. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. 2-0. Temporarily back, waiting for his friends to get some food. Hey, no, that's fine. Again, thank you very much for stopping by. It's been neat chatting with you. Again, hopefully you're able to like and subscribe if you liked it, and if you liked it at all. If you didn't like it, well, obviously, that's okay. I'm not for everyone, I guess. Yeah, Steeler and Cowboy. Yeah, we see a lot of Cowboys fans. A lot of how about them Cowboys. And a lot of, yeah, you guys lost in the first round again. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there for a call strike. Of course, again, the Steelers last few years have not been good, so. You're good again. I'm just kind of talking, man. You're good. Don't even take me serious. You'll know when I'm serious. Maybe. I don't know. 2-1. Here's the pitch. Inside ball 3. 3-1 count. At least you're not an Eagle fan. Yeah, well, my brother's an Eagles fan. Again, living in Pennsylvania. 3-1. Here is the pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. So back-to-back walks for Birdsong, and it looks like that's going to do it. Birdsong just did not have a good day. You just like to report the stream. Oh, my goodness. Oh, report to the stream. I gotcha. Okay, I guess I skipped the 2. Like, well, dang, I don't think I said anything dumb. Not yet. Well, again, thank you very much. So we do have a pitching change. Looks like Birdsong has been knocked out here in the 5th inning. Texans aren't that bad. Well, all the Saints fans became Texans fans around here. Glaze, thank you for stopping by. Who's pitching currently? So they had a pitching change. Junk was pitching earlier, but then he was started off really good. Then he kind of went to junk. Now it's Simpson. I'm not too familiar with Josh Simpson. Maybe you do. Maybe I'm not too sure. He hasn't really pitched much. ERA is a 9. He's a 27-year-old rookie. So I mean, I will pull for him because again, 27-year-old rookie means he didn't give up. He's been grinding for a while. I can respect that. Yeah, it's 5-5. Yeah. Oh, you're very welcome, Anthony. Again, this is I don't know. It's fun. Hopefully, again, I'm able to have some success at it, and we'll see. We'll see how it is. Yeah, it wasn't too long ago where I had I don't know why I say again a lot. I say again a lot. You'll hear that a lot too, and you'll get so annoyed with it. And I'm sorry, but at opening day I was at 30 subscribers, and now I'm at 264. Just doing the random baseball games. So yeah, I do ask if you guys are not subscribed to hit that subscribe button. And really, again, I bounce around. I try to get your team in, especially, if you're active. If you stay active, I'll make sure to get your team in. Luckily for Giants fans, you guys don't really have to do any more work because there's plenty of Giant subscribers already here. So it's going to beat the Saints. Yeah. I don't know, but apparently all the Saints fans decided to become Texans fans around here where I live. All right, Ramirez is at the plate. He's 2 for 2, batting .245, OPS of 761. It reeks of popcorn and caramel. That's not a bad smell. I mean, I guess you don't like it. All right, Bivens is here pitching for the Giants. Go ahead and click on him and give you a stat report there if you're able to watch. If you're not, well, I got you covered. He's 2-2 on the year, 3.18 ERA, whip of a 1.13. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. You'll put the word. Oh, yeah, again, thank you. Just keep subbing. Yeah, no, for sure. Again, thank you again to Rhino. Rhino's been a very big supporter. 0-1 count. Bivens sets and fires. That's going to be fouled back. Steelers Jets should be a win. No, it should be. I'm already kind of claiming victory week 1. Kind of. I hope so. That would be pretty depressing to lose to the Justin Fields and the Jets. That would be very, very disappointing. Bivens sets, looks back at second, and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike 3. And Sanchez there couldn't, or no, that was Ramirez. I'm sorry. He couldn't believe it. Just kind of stood there like, are you serious? What? No, it did catch the strike zone. That's going to bring up Stowers. He's 1 for 1 with the walk. He had that 3-run home run earlier in this one. Batting .277, OPS of 837. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Like button. Well, yeah, no, again, hitting the like does help. I actually, believe it or not, did not know it really did anything. It's going to sound stupid. I mean, that's how much I knew YouTube. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be fouled back. 1-1 count. When would be halftime? I don't think there's really a halftime, but I guess the next little intermission, brief intermission, would probably be, I don't know, maybe about 5 minutes from now, depending on how this goes. That dude Jacob is that guy. I'm not too sure who Jacob is. 1-1 count. Bivens sets. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 2. 2-1 count. Stowers with a pretty good day today. Part of this young Marlins lineup, and he's been pretty solid. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be fouled back. So it's now 2-2. Stowers, yes, Stowers, he hit the home run earlier. Opened up the scoring here in San Francisco. Bivens sets, looks back at Sanchez and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So down goes Stowers, as that's going to bring up Wagaman. He's the first baseman. He is 0 for 2, batting .253, OPS of .670. Yep, Wagaman. Bivens sets. And fires. That's going to be outside, ball 1. The umpire got booed a little bit by some of the fans. I guess they wanted the strike. Bivens sets and delivers. That's outside, ball 2. They're showing Birdsong over there on the bench. He doesn't look too happy. Just pacing by himself. 2-0. Bivens looking back at Sanchez, and he fires. That's going to be hit to left center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. I imagine one's going to score. Yes, he is. He's crossing home plate. Another run's going to come in, as it's now 7-5. 2-out magic again for the Marlins. They just do not give up. In fact, they're probably even more dangerous when there's 2 outs. Yes, 7-5 is the score. So Birdsong's day officially is over, as he is going to be credited with those runs. 4 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. His ERA goes over 4. Just not a good day for Birdsong. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. This is Norby. He's 0 for 2, batting .245, OPS of .655. Runner on second, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Bivens delivers. That's going to be outside, ball 2. Two-0 count. Bivens sets. Looks back at Wagaman. And delivers. That's going to be hit right, and that's going to be foul. I'll be absent for a while. Oh, no, hey, again, thank you very much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Again, every view, every like, every subscriber helps. So every chat, even chatting helps, believe it or not. It really does. So, again, thank you very much. I very much appreciate you. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be upstairs, ball 3. Again, the fans here not liking this umpire. But these calls aren't really... They're not really wrong. They're just close. 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Wagaman rounding third, heading for home, and the Marlins respond soundly to that 3-run bottom of the 4th by the Giants with 3 runs of their own. It is now 8-5 as the Dolphins were able to get the 2-point conversion there, 8-5 over the 49ers. That is just unfortunate. And that's going to bring up Myers. He's 0 for 2, batting .299, OPS of 780. Bivens sets and delivers. That's going to be chopped off his foot. Myers having to walk quite a bit for this. He hit it off his foot. Man, he is taking his time. Of course, again, he did just hit it off his foot. So, I mean, I'm sure that did not feel good. 0-1 count. Again, Myers is 0 for 2 on the day. Runner on first, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. It's a high-scoring game, 8-5. Bivens delivers. That's going to be on the inside corner, strike 2, and he didn't really like the call there, but looks good here to the MLB game day. Of course, again, if you want to know what I'm using, it's really just MLB.com. You'll just click on game day, and that you can follow all the stats and all that right there. Of course, you can leave me on in the background as I call this game. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and he breaks his bat and slams it down, slams the helmet. Oh, my goodness. Myers is furious. He literally just broke his bat over his knee. I don't know what in the world Myers is so upset about. And I guess it's been a rough day for him, but geez, anyway, bottom of the 5th coming up. Marlins up 8-5. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. Every like and subscribe really helps out so much. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. I really do thank you so much for stopping by and watching me, listening to me. Really, most of the time it's listening. You really don't want to look at this, and I don't blame you. Of course, football season is coming up, and I can't emphasize enough. I love the NFL. I love college football now. I mean, I've gotten into college football really big in the last few years. How it's going to work, you can see the Steelers game on the YouTube there. Don't think it's just a Steelers channel. I love my Steelers, and I'll be calling them, but that's not the end of my Sundays. As you know, especially out there on the West Coast, there's an afternoon window, and you guys will be voting on that afternoon window. So whoever wins that afternoon window is the game I'll be calling. So week 1, for example, week 1, Tennessee, Denver, San Francisco, and Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, and Los Angeles. I don't know what game I'm calling. You guys control my afternoon on September 7th, of course, so on for week 1, week 2, whatever. And same thing for college. You guys will be voting on, for an example, on week 0, I'll be doing Iowa State, Kansas State, and I'm going to call one of these 3 games on the afternoon, the evening, and again, you guys will be voting on that. Fresno State, Kansas, Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, Stanford, and Hawaii. I don't know what game I'm calling. You guys will be making the call. You guys will be voting on what I do. So if that sounds good to you, definitely hit that subscribe button. Of course, I know San Francisco plays a lot of those afternoon windows. So if there's any Giants/49ers fans here, hopefully that's good enough to hit that subscribe button. Let's see. Yeah, I know. He broke his bat. I don't understand. He got so mad. He was furious. I don't know why. As Flores is going to be at the plate, he's batting .245, OPS of 711. He's 0 for 2 on the day. RFK votes on NASCAR. I bet he would, but NASCAR is not going to be available. Looks like the Marlins are going to have Luke Backer pitching here. He is 3-0 on the season, 3.72 ERA, whip of a 1.27. All right, Backer sets. And he delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Flores. Marlins up 8-5 here in the bottom of the 5th. A lot of offense. A lot of offense. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be fouled back. So 1-1 count. A lot of craziness in this one. We saw a manager ejected in the first inning because their player got hit by a pitch. And, of course, warnings were issued to both benches as that's going to be hit to left. It's skied up there. Oh, and they bump into each other, but they're able to make the catch. I don't know which one did, but the ball didn't squirt out or anything. That was Lopez. bumping into Stowers. Stowers bumping into Lopez. Able to hold on there for out number 1. That's going to bring up Jung-Ho Lee. He's 1 for 2, batting .253, OPS of .738. But yeah, no, Lopez for the Marlins was hit by Birdsong. First pitch, the umpires talked about that's going to be a called strike. And then the umpire gave warnings to both benches. The Marlins manager was like, well, that's not fair. What did we do? We should have the right to hit him back, I'm assuming. As here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to right. That one is crushed, and that one is foul. But that one did go into the bay. So a lucky kayaker is going to get there and get that baseball. And then he was tossed, of course, the Marlins manager. Wait till you get what happened. Wait, I'm not too sure. 0-2 count, chopped foul. I guess I'm not following here, Anthony, on what happened. 0-2 count. Backer sets and fires. Outside corner, ball 1. Backer and the Marlins really wanted the call there. Giants broadcast was like, ooh, but not quite. 1-2 is the count here. Backer delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Myers is under it and makes the catch for out number 2. And they're showing the swing and miss there to Myers. Myers literally broke his bat through the barrel, through the handle, and then through his helmet. Man, Myers was not happy. All right, here is Adames. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. He's 2 for 2 on the day, batting .213, OPS of 645. He has 9 home runs and 35 RBIs on the season. 0-1, here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. The run into each other. Interesting. Well, no, yeah, okay, that was earlier. No, they collided, but he was able to make the catch. Yeah, I'm probably a pitch behind. Here's the 0-2. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. So the Giants go down without a run there. So we head to the top of the 6th. Your score, Marlins 8, Giants 5. I can try to see if I'm much behind on my end, but, I don't think I am. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I don't live anywhere close there, so my internet is pretty solid, but sometimes it can be a pain. Anyway, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely helps me out a lot. I really do appreciate it. Been doing this since, of course, opening day, so don't think it's just hey, I just seen this guy and he's only doing it once and then he's calling it a freaking career or something. No, that's not the case. Been doing this since opening day. And in fact, I've been doing a lot more baseball lately. Well, this is my 18th live stream in the last 2 weeks. You can see there that's 13 days ago. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Hopefully that sounds consistent enough to you to hit that like and subscribe. Of course, football is just right around the corner. I can't wait for it. Rising Rhino can't wait for it. Hopefully you can either. So if you're looking for something else on this channel after baseball season, football will be here as well. So if you're a fan of either or, definitely subscribe. Again, thank you very much in advance. I really do appreciate it. Every subscriber helps me out so much. I really do appreciate it. Again, it wasn't too long ago where I was at 30 subs, so it's a channel that is on the rise, slowly but surely, but it is on the rise. They're launching t-shirts. I repeat, they are launching t-shirts. Lucky. I've never won anything at any sporting event whenever they're launching stuff into the crowd. Never. Build it and they will come. Yeah, no, eventually. I got to just keep promoting it, though. That's I noticed, like, whenever I would just kind of do it, like, every half inning, I was more likely to get subs. When I wasn't promoting it, I wouldn't get anything. I'm like, well, gotta, I guess, do it. Flyers fan? No, I am not a Flyers fan. Very casual hockey fan. and that casual hockey fan picks the Pittsburgh Penguins. I am a Pittsburgh Penguins fan. I've actually been to a Penguins game, and it was pretty fun. We lost to the Dallas Stars. I should say I've been to a Dallas Stars game because it was in Dallas. All right, we got a new pitcher for the Giants. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. I believe this is Lucchese. I could be wrong on the pronunciation there. 0-1 on the year, 9 ERA, whip of a 2.33. That is not good by any means, but he hasn't pitched long. So here's the 0-1. That's going to be low for ball one. Football, yeah, again, I really hope football does. Penguins, yes. Pittsburgh Penguins. My wife is a Penguins fan. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Fortes is at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Batting .247, OPS of .665. Lucchese delivers. That's in the dirt, and it gets away, but, well, it doesn't matter because there's no one on base. Again, feel free to vote. We got a poll up. Who's winning the final game of the series? 56% of you guys think it'll be the Giants. 44% on the Marlins. Marlins, of course, winning the first 2 games. So the Marlins winning today would be a sweep. Giants would still lose the series if they win, but at least you got to get 1 game in, as that's going to be, well, it's going to be ball 3. It looked like a good location, but unfortunately, Kisner couldn't make the catch. So that's why the umpire was like, well, I don't know where that landed, so it's a ball. 3-2. Lucchese delivers the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So down goes Fortes, and that's going to bring up Xavier Edwards. He's 0 for 3 today, batting .285, OPS of .686. Edwards, yes, normally not too shabby, but today my neck is just killing me. Today he is 0 for 3. No home runs on the year, but he does have 17 RBIs. Lucchese delivers. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Oh, and 1 count here. Lucchese. There's the windup and the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that one is out of play. That lands where a bunch of blue shirts are. I can't quite see who they're a part of. Oh, and 2 count. Yeah, it looks like there was a, I don't know if there was a delay or something like that, but nothing doing. Lucchese delivers the 0-2. Called strike 3. As there's another strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts, as Edwards is now 0 for 4. That's going to bring up Sanchez. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Strikeout, yes. Oh, what happened? You're leaving the game. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully all is well. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure, hopefully everything's okay over there. 1-0 count to Sanchez. Lucchese delivers. That's going to be taken for a called strike. 1-1 count. All right, you have a good one again. I'm sorry to hear that. You have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. That's going to be a fly ball to left. Ramos makes the catch for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Marlins as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Your score, 8-5, Marlins lead. Yeah, you have a good one. Again, thank you very much for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you in another Giants game. As again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Again, been doing this since opening day. Been bouncing around Major League Baseball. Giants are featured on this channel more than other average teams, you know. I mean, I'm not saying you guys are average. I'm just saying more than the average team, I should say. That's probably proper wording. Of course, the Marlins, this is now their 5th game on the channel. Of course, this is their first non-Pirates game. So, you know, the Marlins, if there's any Marlins fans out there, just be vocal and, you know, trying to get you guys in. Of course, here are your scores from around Major League Baseball. Dodgers up 3-1 over the Rockies in the bottom of the 9th. Mariners Twins now finally underway. 0-0 there on the top of the first. Those, of course, are your final scores. Tigers over the A's 8-0, and I cannot click game day to save my life. Blue Jays over the Indians 6-0. Rays over the Royals 4-0. Astros over the Phillies 2-1, and the Cubs over the Cardinals 3-0. How do you like Texas? It's all right. It's not too bad. You know, I didn't really have much choice in the matter when I was forcefully moved here. I moved here at the age of 8, so I had no say in the matter whenever I moved to Texas. So, but yeah, no, it's good. Don't like the weather where I live, but it is what it is, you know. Other than that, it's good. I would say it's good. But yeah, no, if you guys, again, if you're just a sports fan, definitely consider subscribing today. So for more sports events in the future. As looks like it's going to be Koss, Wisely, and Kisner at the plate. Looks like Backer is in. He delivers. That's going to be low for ball 1. Again, Koss is 1 for 2, batting .222, OPS of .573 on the year. Ooh, it's getting old. Your car said 105. Oh my gosh, yeah, no kidding. That's going to be inside ball 2. Yep, 105. That sounds about right. 2-0 count. Backer delivers. That's going to be hit to left center field. Myers makes the catch for out number 1. Yeah, you were melting. I bet. All right, that's going to bring up Wisely. He's 1 for 2. Got his first hit of the year today, batting .083. He did have a 2-run or a double in the 4th. So again, 4 RBIs on the year. Backer sets and fires. That's going to be outside, strike 1. 0-1 count. Backer delivers. That's going to be a ground ball, foul. So 0-2 is the count. There's the ball lady. Handing the ball to a young fan. It's very nice. 0-2. Backer sets and delivers. That's outside, ball 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Miami up 8-5 over San Francisco. It's been a high-scoring game, as you can probably tell. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be fouled back. Giants actually have more hits than the Marlins, but the Marlins with more runs, of course. Backer sets on the 1-2. He delivers. And that's going to be through the first and second baseman for a base hit. So Wisely, again, he didn't have a hit at all coming into the game. And he gets his first 2 hits of the year in today's game. Look at that. So a good day for him. That's going to bring up Kisner. He's 1 for 1, batting .120, OPS of .394. Backer sets and delivers. That's going to be taken all the way for strike one. One home run, 1 RBI on the year for Kisner. He also has a sac bunt in this one. Here is the 0-1. That's a breaking ball high for ball one. One and one count. Backer sets. And delivers. That's going to be hit to right. More like foul ground towards the first base side. It looks like Wagaman makes the catch for out number 2. That's going to bring up Yastrzemski. He's 0 for 3, batting .248, OPS of .739. And it looks like we're going to see a pitching change as Backer does what he needs to do. As we're going to do a lefty on lefty whenever they do come back. Yastrzemski will face a Marlins lefty, unsure what his name is. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Been doing this since opening day, and don't plan on stopping anytime soon, as this is my 63rd game of the year. Hopefully, pardon me, that sounds good enough for you to subscribe. Again, I do thank you very much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really... it gets kind of repetitive to repeat all this. But yeah, I've been doing this again, 63rd game, and of course football is right around the corner. So if you are a football fan, definitely subscribe. We'll be doing that, plenty of that. I can't wait for it. I love football, and I will hopefully you like it as well. Of course, here are your scores from around Major League Baseball. As looks like the Dodgers just defeated the Rockies 3-1. Of course, this game, Marlins up 8-5 over the Giants. Let's see here. Top of the first, Mariners 0 and the Twins are 0. So that one just getting started. It was in a rain delay for a long time. Final scores from around Major League Baseball. The Tigers over the A's 8-0. Blue Jays over the Indians 6-0. Rays over the Royals 4-0. Astros over the Phillies 2-1. And the Cubs defeat the Cardinals 3-0. Here are your MLB standings, since we're still in commercial break here. Let's see. That should reset to NL. There we go. Marlins, of course, not really doing too great. They don't seem to be making any playoffs in 2025. But they are 6-4 in their last 10. Have won 3 in a row. The Giants, on the other hand, they have struggled. 3-7 in their last 10. Lost 2 in a row. Getting swept by the Marlins would not be good for them and their morale. As here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Again, a new pitcher. Cade Gibson. He's a rookie, 2-3 on the season, but his ERA is a 1.9. Very good. WHIP of a 1.14. Not too shabby. Here's the 0-1 breaking ball. Ooh, that's going to be called a ball. A 1-1 count to Yastrzemski. Runner on first. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Score is, well, Marlins 8, Giants 5. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. Did not go. That's going to be inside ball 2. Two and 1. Gibson delivers. That's outside ball 3. Yastrzemski trying to get on there. Devers has been on base every time. He's 2 for 2 with the walk. Of course, he had a home run earlier. Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Three and 2 count here to Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski's going to ask for time. Big spot here. this would be the longest stretch of no runs in the game, or tied for the longest stretch, as San Francisco couldn't score a run in the bottom of the first, Miami at the top of the second, San Francisco in the bottom of the second. This would match it. Here is the 3-2 from Gibson. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as Yastrzemski is retired. As we head to the top of the seventh, your score, Marlins 8, Giants 5. And again, folks, if you like what you see, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Every subscriber helps out the channel a lot. I really do appreciate it. Again, been doing this since opening day. 63 games later, that's pretty much where we're at right here. Again, it wasn't too long ago where I was at 30 subscribers. So again, I do appreciate you guys so much for checking me out, and hopefully you like what you hear. Hopefully you like what you, well, maybe you probably don't like what you see. I get it. But hopefully it's more of the listening part, as you like what you see and hit that subscribe button. Really, again, thank you so much. Every subscriber helps out so much. Of course, football season is not too far away, and I'll be doing football as well. A lot more passionate when it comes to football. I love football. Hopefully you do too, and if you don't, that's okay. I'll still be doing baseball. Baseball will still be done through the regular season and a little bit of the NL playoffs. The Giants, if they're able to make it. Again, right now they look really shaky. I mean, it seems like Giants fans are telling me all year, like, well, they're good, but, and well, we're kind of seeing a little bit right now of them kind of falling apart. Again, it's only halfway through the year. I think the Giants will be fine. I mean, they have a better run differential than the Padres. They have a better run differential than the Phillies, the Braves. They're just, I mean, right there with the Brewers, the Cardinals, and the Reds. So, I mean, I don't know. I think the Giants are fine. But, you know, my Giant subscribers are telling me they're not. I know they're struggling as of late. But, yeah, no. Anyway, you guys are in the playoffs. I'll be doing some Giants playoff games as well. So, hopefully I see you there. If you don't care for football, well, I'll still be doing some NL playoffs and a little bit of the AL playoffs. I don't really do as much AL for some reason. I couldn't tell you why. It's just randomly worked out to where most of the games I do are in the NL. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But that's just the way it works. Football indeed, Rhino. Football indeed. All right, here's Lopez. That's going to be taken for a called strike, as Lucchesi is going to be out there for the top of the seventh. Lopez is 0 for 1 with the walk. He was hit by a pitch earlier as well, batting .252, OPS of .689. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be taken for a called strike. 0-2 is the count. Again, 8-5 is your score. Marlins going for the sweep. The Giants, well, they're just trying to get a game here in the series. Here is the 0-2. That's way in the dirt. Ball 1. Dodgers, Giants being promoted in the background there. Of course, I'll probably be doing a few of those games. That's always a treat to do, you know, some NL West matchups. Seem to be getting a lot of love from the NL West teams. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to second, and it's caught for out number 1. Nice play there by Wisely, who was wisely in the correct position. That's going to bring up Ramirez. Ramirez is 2 for 3, batting .244, OPS of .757. Lucchesi delivers. That's going to be a breaking ball outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Lucchesi delivers the 1-0. That's going to be inside ball 2. Ramirez at the plate. He's 2 for 3. Again, batting .244 on the year. OPS of .757. He's also homered in this one. Lucchesi delivers the 2-0. That's going to be low for ball 3. Lucchesi struggling to find the plate here. Looks like Ramirez, despite being ahead 3-0, is going to use his timeout. Interesting. That's exactly what the commentator just said, that I don't see many guys call a timeout on the 3-0. I'm thinking what they're thinking. I'm just right there. Here is the 3-0 taking strike one. That one was inside, but doesn't get the call. Look at that. I'm made to call games. I am made to call games. Specifically football, but baseball's cool too. Here's the 3-1. Chopper to third. Throws to first. Gets him by a step. That was a heck of a play by Koss. Oh, man. That was a good throw. So that's 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. That's going to bring up Stowers. He was 1 for 2 at the walk. He homered back in the first inning. That was a great throw by Koss. I can't emphasize that enough. Yeah, that was fantastic. Looks like the umpire cleaning out home plate there. Again, Stowers is up 12 home runs and 38 RBIs on the year for him. Definitely may hit 20. He's on pace for it. As here's the pitch. That's going to be outside, ball 1. Most teams have already played 80 or 81 games. Giants, of course, one of those teams. Marlins only at 78. It's very interesting. Just, I don't know, just odd. 1-0 count. Lucchesi delivers. That's outside for ball 2. Might actually look at that whenever I get a chance. Two-0 count. Lucchesi sets and fires. That's going to be low for ball 3. So 3-0 count here to Stowers. Again, the Marlins up 8-5 here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs. 3-0 count to Stowers. Lucchesi delivers. That's going to be outside. Ball 4. Stowers is going to be awarded first base there for the second time in this one. And that's going to bring up Wagaman. He's 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Batting .255, OPS of .678. Very beautiful ballpark as they're showing the field. I mean, it's just looking at that, the bay over there. It's so good. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I think subconsciously, I've picked Giants games where the Giants are the home team. I think that's also the case. Well, no, they're away there. Home, away. Well, most of the time. It's interesting. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt, but handled well by Kisner to keep it in front of him. So 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Lucchesi. And we have a pickoff attempt and almost sailed on Flores. Flores able to make a jump and make the catch to prevent it from going backwards or back there, to where Stowers would have easily taken second. Here's the 1-1. Chopper to third. Koss throws to first and gets him by a step for round number 3. Nothing doing there for the Marlins. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, your score, Marlins 8, Giants 5. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Every subscriber helps. If you're not subscribed, I do appreciate it so much. Again, thank you very much in advance. Again, every subscriber helps out a lot. Like and subscribe. Also, again, if you are a football fan, definitely hit that like and subscribe, as we'll be doing that later down the road. As you can see, I already have the thumbnails up for the Hall of Fame game, Week 0, the Ireland game. Week 1, of course, is the opening game, Cowboys, Eagles, Steelers, Jets. Week 1 there, of course, I'll be doing another Week 1 game. You guys will be voting on it. Believe it or not, you guys will have a lot of say on what I do on Sundays. So after the Steelers game, You guys will, of course, will have chosen one of these teams. Of course, that poll will be going up earlier in the week. So Tennessee, Denver, San Francisco, Seattle, Detroit, Green Bay, Houston, Los Angeles. I don't know what I'm calling. You guys will be making that call. So you guys will be calling or making that decision on what I call every Sunday. So hopefully that sounds good to you. Same thing for Saturdays. I'll be making one decision. You guys will be making another. So, again, there's going to be plenty of choices, of course. I don't know how that's exactly going to work because I'm only allowed 4 things there. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I know you guys will be picking the game regardless. So, hopefully that sounds good to you as we're returning back to San Francisco, showing all the kayaks out there and, by the bay. It'd be really cool to go there to that stadium. Honestly. As Devers is going to be at the plate, he is 2 for 2, batting .269, OPS of .893. Gibson is going to be out there for the 7th. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Did I go over Gibson already? Yeah, we did, I guess. Here's the 0-1. Checked his swing. Doesn't matter. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-2. Devers was asking. I don't know what he was asking, actually. He was questioning everything. 0-2 count here to Devers. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Ball 1. 1-2 count here to Devers. Giants behind 8-5. Running out of opportunities here. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And down goes Devers for the first time in this one. That's going to bring up Ramos. He's 0 for 3. Batting .285, OPS of .830. One of these days I need to get that all-star voting done. I need to get the all-star voting. I don't know. I should do it probably here. I'll do it. No, I don't know. I won't do it after this game. That's going to be outside ball 1. 1-0 count to Ramos. Gibson delivers the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Ramos with 13 home runs and 44 RBIs on the year. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside for ball 2. So 2-1 is the count. Gibson delivers the 2-1. Breaking ball. He fouls that one back. 2-2. Giants again trying to avoid the sweep. The Marlins taking the first 2 games of the series as Ramos is going to ask for time. Of course, the Giants again, even if they lose, they'll be 44-37. Not terrible position to be in, but they have been playing a little bit below par recently, 3-7 in their last 10. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 2. So down goes Ramos, and that's going to bring up Wilmer Flores. He's 0 for 3, batting .245, OPS of .709. 11 home runs and 54 RBIs on the year. Wilmer looking for his first hit of the day, and apparently the series, as I just heard the commentator tell the audience. So he struggled. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt, ball 1. So 1-0 count. Gibson delivers the 1-0. That's going to be outside, ball 2. 2-0 count. Gibson asking for a new ball. Gibson delivers the 2-0. That's going to be a ground ball. Just foul. And let me tell you, that one was hugging that line. Would have been a very tough throw for Norby, but we've seen Costs do some pretty good. Oh, man. Just about a few inches. All right, 2-1 count here to Flores. It's about to storm here. Jeez, hopefully not. Here is the 2-1. That's going to be chopped foul. So this moves to 2-2. Again, the Giants running out of opportunities. They need to get something going here. We're in the bottom of the 7th. And it was looking like it was going to be it is a high-scoring game for baseball, 8-5. But it looked like we might have seen one of these teams go to double digits. As here's the 2-2. Checked his swing. Did he go around? He did. Strike 3 called on a ball in the dirt. Flores doesn't like it. Now he's yelling at the first base umpire. Oh, man, he is mad. He's pointing, and he's being held back, and now we're on commercial break. Yeah, we might see if Flores is ejected or not whenever we're in between here. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that subscribe button. This game, unfortunately, has turned for the worse, I guess, as far as entertainment value. It was very good for the first 5 innings. A lot of home runs, a lot of action. Unfortunately, not much happening, not many hits, not much of nothing. But it is what it is. You know, you take and you give and you take, I guess. Again, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. As, again, been doing baseball games since opening day. So not my first rodeo when it comes to calling a baseball game. In fact, 63 games later, you can see me highlighting it there. You'll see 63 videos. Yes, I do put it in my playlist after every single, actually before every single one now. It's definitely more effective that way. Of course, football is right around the corner. Hopefully, you're a football fan. That's another reason for you to subscribe. I cannot wait for football season. Hopefully, you like football. And if you don't, that's okay. Hey, I'm still doing baseball. I'm going to be doing baseball through the regular season, a little bit of the playoffs as well. So, I mean, hopefully I'll see the Giants there, and I'll see you there as well. I got you covered. If you're not able to watch it or you just need some background noise for something, I got you covered. And again, for football, you guys will be voting on a lot of games that I do. You know, of course, I'll be doing the Steelers week 1 in the early window, but of course that afternoon window is up for grabs, and I've decided to have you guys make the call. You guys will be making the call on what I call in the afternoon. So you guys will be voting on those games. San Francisco, of course, if there's any San Francisco Niners fans here, you guys play in the afternoon a lot. So you guys will be able to vote your team in if that is, if you're subscribed and you vote. So there you go. As we're working our way to the top of the 8th, Norby and Myers and Flores are going to be due up here for the Marlins. They are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. They are combined 2 for 9 today. They're showing the check swing after. Flores, I don't know what happened. Flores was just looking over, and then he started yapping. Oh, he got really mad really quickly. And the umpire had to hold him back. I'd like to see if there was an angle on who he was talking to. It looked like he was talking to the first base umpire. Oh, it may have been one of the Marlins players. Oh. So we thought originally, even the commentators here in my left ear, thought it was the umpire. But there's actually, so the bench is cleared during the break there. And the bullpens exited too. And I always find that to be so funny, especially when they're side by side running. It's like, I don't know. It always just kind of tickled me, you know, whenever the bullpens are running out side by side, going to fight them, you know. But we got to wait till we get to where everything else is to start pushing and shoving. But again, we have a pitching change here. This is Sean Higeli. ERA of a 4.09. 1-1 record, 4.09. Whip of a 1.36 as he faces the Marlins. 7, 8, and 9 hitters. This is Norby. That's going to be a called strike. Norby's 1 for 3 on the day, batting .249, OPS of 661. 4 home runs, 23 RBIs. That's going to be outside. Ball 1. 1-1 count. Hidjelli's working fast. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside. Ball 2. I appreciate that he's working fast, but, usually you want to put it over the plate. 2-1 count. Of course, maybe he's just trying to set him up for something. 2-1. Hidjelli delivers, and that's outside. Ball 3. All of them have been in pretty much the same location. So, again, he's working fast, but he's going to end up working slower if he walks him here or allows a hit or something. 3-1. Hidjelli delivers. Ball 4, all exactly in the same spot. So I don't know if he was just trying to set him up there for something that never came, but he just missed all on the outside corner. Consistent there. Very consistent. So Norby walks as Hidjelli gets booed. Or maybe it's Myers getting booed. I don't know. He's the one that broke the bat earlier. He's 0 for 3, batting .297, OPS of 775. So somebody, either Hidjelli or Myers, is getting booed. I really couldn't tell you. Hidjelli delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And some sarcastic cheers from the Giants fan base. 0-1, Hidjelli sets and delivers. That's going to be hit right and foul. Oh and 2. Hidjelli sets and fires. Ground ball up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Lee's on the run and throws it in, but we have Marlins on first and second. Marlins on runners. What the heck was I even saying there? Runners on first and second, as that's going to bring up Fortes. He's 1 for 3, batting .245, OPS of 659. Two home runs and 9 RBIs on the year. Scoring to bunt, and he pulls back. Did he pull back in time is the question. And he did, so 1-0. Ball missed just outside. 1-0 count here to Fortes as Hidjelli looks over at first, looks back at second, and delivers. Squares the bunt, pulls back. That's right down the middle. Strike 1. One and 1. Hidjelli sets. Looks back at second. And delivers. Squares the bunt. Gets it down. He's going to throw to first and gets him by a step for out number 1. So Fortes does his job, moving the runners up a base. So runners on second and third for the Marlins, as that's going to bring up Edwards, Xavier Edwards. He's 0 for 4 today, batting .283, OPS of 684. No home runs and 17 RBIs. Looks like Edwards is going to use his timeout immediately. Infield is playing in just in case he squares the bunt. Or just in case, I don't know, it's weak contact or something. Hidjelli sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left. And that will become a souvenir. 0-1. It's like an older guy has gotten it. Look at that. Older man handing it to a young fan there. I personally would keep it. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside. Ball 1. I know it sounds terrible, but no one ever handed me a baseball when I went to a game, so I need to get one first. And then we'll start talking about handing it out. That's all I'm going to say. 1-1 count. Jelly sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right, and that's over Yastrzemski's head. That's definitely going to score 1 and 2. As Edwards is standing at second with a 2 RBI double. And the Marlins lead 10-5 as it looks like it's going to be the Marlins. Most likely they'll get the sweep today. Again, we'll see. There's still, 2 chances for the Giants, and they have scored 5 runs in 2 innings. Of course, in the third and the fourth, they were able to get 5 runs in those 2, but haven't really been able to do much of anything since, as this is Sanchez. He's batting .243, 7 home runs, 28 RBIs. The Jelly looks back and delivers. That is taken all the way for strike 1. Oh and 1. The Jelly delivers. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Oh and 2 is the count. The Jelly sets. And fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Ramos is going to throw it home. That's going to be cut off as Edwards stops at third. Sanchez is at first. So runners on the corners with still just 1 out in the top of the 8th. As that's going to bring up Lopez. He's 0 for 2, batting .251, OPS of .686. Marlins with 9 hits, by the way. And believe it or not, the Giants also with 9 hits, but unfortunately, they only have half the runs. No one's warming up in the Giants bullpen, so it looks like it's going to be Jelly. Apparently, they don't have an off day for a while. Just listening in on what's in the ear, and okay, they're going to play Friday through Saturday, and then Monday. I'm assuming they play Tuesday. Do they play Wednesday? Yeah, they do. Do they play Thursday? They do. Do they play Friday? They do. They play a lot. Oh, my goodness. They play Monday. Oh, my goodness. The Giants aren't going to have a day off for a while. Jeez. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike to Lopez. They won't have a day off till July 10th. There's no way. Maybe I just misclicked or something. 0-1 count to Lopez, so that's probably why they're trying to save this bullpen. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The Marlins continue to pummel it on here as they are most likely going to get the sweep today, as they are now up 11-5. And that's going to bring up Ramirez. He's 2 for 4. Batting .243, OPS of .754. Marlins, man. Well, you never know, I guess, with the Marlins. Yeah, you kind of do. But, man, the Marlins look pretty good. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be hit to center. And that's going to get down for a base hit. Sanchez is rounding third, heading for home, and he's going to score as it's now 12-5. Marlins over the Giants. Oh, my goodness. I hope the Steelers finish 12-5 myself. But I'm sure that doesn't really matter to anyone listening, as the Marlins, again, just pummeling it on here. That's going to bring up Stowers. I imagine they're going to start bringing up someone now, right? Or maybe put in a position player. Probably a position player for the 9th. I'm not too sure. As Jelly sets and fires. Taken inside, ball 1. 1-0 count here to Stowers. It's 1 for 2. He has 2 walks, 12 home runs, 38 RBIs. Jelly sets and fires. Swing and a miss, strike one. One and one count. Stowers going to ask for time. Jelly sets and delivers. Chopper foul. 1-2 count, one out. Runners on the corners. See, Giants. Guys are wearing jackets in San Francisco. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. I need to look up the weather now. That is crazy. So 2 outs here for the Marlins. That's going to bring up Wagaman. It is raining in Kirbyville. Wow. I knew it. It's getting really dark. Yeah, the Marlins, Trisk, thank you for stopping by. It's turned into a one-sided game as here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 65 degrees in San Francisco right now. Wow. Shoot. Do I need to move out to San Francisco? 69 degrees. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside ball, too. Oh, my gosh. You guys have great weather. 68, 68, 65. I'm jealous. I am jealous right now of San Francisco weather. 1-1 counts. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 13 has arrived. Yes. Coffee Beans, you have a car that talks weather. Super cool. I have no idea what in the world you're talking about, Trisk. I have no idea. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs. Ball 2. Kind of ready for this game to end. Not going to lie. I don't really think the Giants are going to do anything. They seem defeated. So, yeah, it's kind of reflected in this broadcast call. As that's a swing and a miss. Wagaman strikes out there. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, the Marlins up 12-5. Hopefully the Steelers finish 12-5 this year. That's what I'm pulling for. Again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Been doing this since opening day, and don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Of course, there'll be a game on tomorrow. Unsure what that game will be, but there will be a game on tomorrow. Of course, as you see, I have a lot of NFL and college ready to go. I am just excited for it. I cannot wait for football season. So if you're a football fan, definitely consider liking and subscribing. Again, thank you very much. I really do appreciate your support. It does mean a lot. It really does. That's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to say. I'm tired, ready to call this one. Thank you, R Squared. Did yet another vote come in? Looks like the Marlins at 50%. I would imagine all votes now would be Marlins because, again, they're up 12-5. The only other game going on is Mariners and Twins. That is 0-0. So, yeah, no, that is not much baseball going on right now. Well, the Marlins are having a good time, of course. So there's that. Due up for the Giants is Lee, Adames, and Koss. They've each had a hit today, actually, a combined 4 for 9, so a really good part of the order to have up here. In fact, everybody here from this point on, batting 5 through 9, has a hit today for the Giants. Looks like the Marlins have a... my neck. I got to do something about my neck. It kind of hurts. Valente Belozo, he's going to be pitching here. He's 1-3, ERA of a 4.08, a whip of a 1.29. All right, we're ready. Belozo sets. And delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. The lead was 6 home runs and 34 RBIs. Here is the 0-1. That's outside for ball 1. I saw someone streaming or getting set to stream CFL games. Yeah, no, I believe Rhino's going to have one a little bit later. As here's the 1-1. That's going to be hit to second. Throws to first for out number 1. I'll be sure to check it out. And if I can't, I will be sure to at least leave my computer on to get the lurk on at least, Rhino. Not too sure what my evening will hold. But I'll be sure. So at worst case scenario, I'm leaving the computer on and I'm going to leave you on. That's what's going to happen. Or worst case scenario. As here is Adames. That's going to be fouled back. So 0-1 count. Adames, he's 2 for 3 on the day, batting .212, OPS of 643. Here is the 0-1. That's a swing and a miss, strike 2. Ask for time. Again, it's, let's see, Giants fans just starting to exit. Not exactly a good day at the office for them. Here is the 0-2. That's going to be hit foul. There's the older gentleman with the big beard. Hands it to a young fan. 0-2. Bellozo delivers. That's going to be hit to right center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Myers there throws it into second, and he's going to prevent Adames from going to second. Nice little I can't speak, little run there, and keeping him there at bay. That's going to bring up Koss. He's 1 for 3, batting .220, OPS of 566. Drank a lot of water this broadcast. I guess I was dehydrated. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. So the Giants kind of waking up here with back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches. Again, Giants fans have started leaving, but here you go. We got some excitement here for the Giants. That's going to bring up Wisely. He's got his first 2 hits of the season today. He's 2 for 3, batting .154, OPS of 385. Let's go Giants. Not really. Just want to make San Francisco wow. Okay, here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Wagaman throws to Bellozo for out number 2. Couldn't quite get the double play. Looked like a really good opportunity, but nothing doing there. As that's going to bring up Kisner. Kisner, he's 1 for 2. He has a sac bunt as well. Batting .115, OPS of 379. 1 home run and 1 RBI. Bellozo sets and fires. That's going to be upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 count. Bellozo sets. And fires. That's right down the middle, strike 1. One ball and 1 strike here to Bellozo, or to Kisner. I'm sorry, Bellozo sets. Bellozo delivers. That's upstairs, ball 2. Two and 1. Bellozo taking his time for sure. as he delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to get out of play. Two and two is the count. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Marlins just running away from this one as, oh my gosh, Kisner takes time. Both these guys just taking forever. Kisner at the plate and Bellozo whenever he's on the mound. Oh, man. Giants did have some excitement a little bit earlier, scoring 5 runs in the innings of the 3rd and 4th innings there. So that's going to be fouled back. 2-2 count here. But since then, it's been nothing doing really for the Giants until here. Of course, back-to-back singles as there's runners on second and third, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th, Bellozo delivers. Ground ball to second. Throws to first for out number 3. Nothing doing there for the Giants. As we head to the top of the 9th, the Marlins up 12-5 over the Giants. And again, if you like what you see, folks, definitely like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Every like and subscribe or subscription helps out a lot. I really do appreciate it. It's free, by the way. It's not an actual subscription. I don't know why they call it that. I think if they were to call it like follow, it would be a lot more. Really, people would follow a lot more, personally. Just my guess. But again, if you like what you see, definitely subscribe. We'll be doing baseball. Of course, I'll be doing baseball. I'm doing baseball now, but I'll be doing football later down the road. So if you're a football fan, definitely consider subscribing. I'm falling apart today. I am falling apart today, guys. So, yeah. Due up here for the Marlins is going to be Norby, Myers, and Fortes. Those are the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Marlins. And again, it's been an all Marlins show. They hit. Well, to be honest, they have as many hits as the Giants. If you're looking at it, you're like, well, the Giants also hit, but the Marlins took advantage of opportunities. Marlins also have 6 walks. The Giants have 1. That's also another difference there. But again, the long ball has favored the Marlins today. 2 home runs for the Marlins. They had multiple doubles. That always helps. So, yeah, nothing doing for the Giants today. Just really. All right. We're working our way back to San Francisco. Looks like we have a new pitcher for the Giants, Ryan Walker. He is going to be pitching here in the 9th. 1-3 on the season, 4.35 ERA, whip of a 1.13. As again, Norby, he's 1 for 3, batting .249, OPS of 665. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Yeah, this would be a comeback for the ages if the Giants were able to do anything here. Not saying it's not impossible, but it's not looking likely. Here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball 1. Of course, bear with me. Hopefully the storm doesn't knock out the power. What if it does? I mean, this game's probably not going to change in the outcome, as that's going to be a ground ball to third. Koss throws to first for out number 1. One away here for the Marlins. That's going to bring up Myers. He's 1 for 4, batting .302, OPS of 763. Looks like Myers is going to ask for time, so I don't know. It's multiple times where the Marlins players have come up and just immediately asked for time. It's very interesting. Walker sets and fires. That's going to be hit to center. Lee makes the catch for out number 2, so Myers goes down despite asking for time to ready himself. He pops up immediately. And that's going to bring up Fortes. He's 1 for 3, batting .245, OPS of 659. He also has a sac bunt. Walker sets and delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count here to Fortes. Walker sets and fires. That's going to be hit to right. Yastrzemski on the run and makes the catch at the warning track for out number 3. So very quick inning. That's a nice change of pace as we head to the bottom of the ninth where the Giants need to score 7, a whole touchdown to keep this game moving. Again, folks, one final time, if you like what you see, definitely hit that subscribe button. Been doing this since opening day. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider subscribing. Every like and subscription helps the channel out a lot. This is my 63rd game of the year, so I don't know, I feel like that's not too shabby. Of course, I'll be returning tomorrow. I don't know what I'm calling tomorrow yet. I'll figure it out, but it's going to be a game. I, of course, will try to do one game every day, sometimes 2. Tomorrow will just be a 1. Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe Mets, Pirates, to be honest. I don't know. Really depends on the pitchers. Keller, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I know I'm definitely calling a game, so hopefully, again, you don't have to watch that game, but you can always just know that I'll be on live streaming. So, yeah. And, of course, football is right around the corner. We'll be doing that as well. Can't wait. Hopefully I see you there if you're a football fan. If you're not, well, it's okay. I mean, I'll still be doing baseball all the way through the regular season. And, of course, a little bit of the playoffs as well. Giants, will they be there? I think they can. Of course, they're kind of falling apart here. Again, they're 3-7 in their last 10. Of course, again, baseball's so random. If you're just getting swept by the Marlins, it is what it is. The Marlins got swept by the Rockies. Does that mean the Rockies are better than the Giants? No, it does not. It happens all the time. All right, we have a pinch hitter, Daniel Johnson. Since I haven't seen him, I'll click on him. He is batting 182, if I read that correctly. Yeah, OPS of 614, 1 home run and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Cannot believe 1 month of teacher vacation is already over. June 26th. Crazy. Mets versus Pirates. Interesting. But Mets can get out of their proud slump. Yeah, probably. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I would assume so. Pirates, they're also kind of slumping as well. 3-7 in the last 10. The Mets, 2-8. Of course, the Phillies couldn't take advantage. They got swept by the Astros. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be low for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. Bellozo delivers. That's in the dirt, ball 2. Two and 2 count here to Johnson. Bellozo, again, he likes taking his time. Here is the pitch. That's in the dirt, ball 3. Trying to get Johnson to chase. 3-2 count. And it's going to take a miracle inning for the Giants here. As here is the 3-2. Ground ball to third. Throws to first for out number 1. And that is a dagger. And any hopes that the Giants may have had, it's pretty much over now. So they needed Johnson to get on there. That's going to bring up Devers. Rafael Devers is 2 for 3. Hit a home run earlier. Has a walk as well. Batting .268, OPS of 891. 17 home runs on the year, 63 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Devers just shaking his head like, yeah, it doesn't matter anyway. Jeez. 0-1 count. Bellozo delivers. That's going to be hit to left.
at the wall, and oh, he misjudged it off the wall. Stowers misplayed it. That one is going to be a double for Devers. Stowers was back at the wall and just kind of mistimed the jump. Devers, I think he thought he had the home run. Not quite. Just about 5 feet short of one. But that is a double there for Devers with one out here in the bottom of the ninth, and that's going to bring up Ramos. He's batting .284 OPS of .828. Belozo delivers. That's outside for ball one. A little bit of excitement here in the bottom of the ninth. Again, it's been pretty much nothing doing for the Giants for well over half the game now. 1-0 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit right and foul. 1-1 is the count. It is pouring now. I can hear it. Yeah, it is pouring. Jeez, 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. So the count goes to 1-2. Devers, I don't know if he's happy. He doesn't look happy. Scratching his head with his helmet, and he just looks angry. I don't know why. 1-2 count. Belozo delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as the Giants are down to their final out. That's going to bring up Wilmer Flores. He's 0 for 4, batting .244, OPS of .706. Devers. It's Devers. It's not Devers. I have no. I'd imagine it's Devers. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. I don't know. I have to look at it. Trisk. 0-1. Belozo sets. And delivers. And this one's going to be popped up. It may stay in play. Fortes makes the catch for out number 3 as the Marlins complete the sweep of the Giants. Wow, that was kind of unexpected. 12-5 is your score. Hopefully the Steelers can finish with that record this year. Wouldn't that be something? Well, all right, I'm going to call it there because, not much to talk about. Marlins winning 12-5. Again, if you are not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I appreciate you sticking with me. It wasn't exactly the most exciting game towards the end there, especially. A lot of runs scored, but it really wasn't back and forth, so that kind of kills it. But it is what it is. Again, thank you very much, Florida, best team on the West Coast. Yeah, no, I guess so. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Again, if you like what you saw today, definitely like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Again, it was not that long ago where I was at 30 subscribers, but baseball's been very kind to me. I'll be back on tomorrow. Unsure what that game will be. I'm not sure yet. Probably going to go back to Pittsburgh. We'll see, though. Again, I do bounce around. So, again, if you're a Giants or Marlins fan, so Giants now fall to 3-6 when I cover you guys. I don't know what you guys do. You guys get nervous, I guess, whenever I show up. Marlins moved to 3-2. No, Marlins just, I guess they like me. But, yeah, definitely like and subscribe if you liked what you saw today and you haven't already subscribed. I will see you guys in another live stream. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know if I'll see you there, but that's okay. You don't have to watch. Just, again, your subscription helps a lot. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.